Hey, if you're watching this and you've officially tuned into the Black in Session podcast, which is a project that me and the homie started a while ago, and we're just getting our bearings. We're just talking. We're speaking our minds, trying to get our thoughts out, trying to share with the community, just trying to get people thinking and talking, just starting conversations. But yeah, so we're just getting started. So if you have any feedback, please let us know in the comments, like and subscribe so you can get more content in the future. It's coming. But yeah, that's all I had to say.
You guys want to talk about anything else?
I kind of want I guess I got some more questions about the situation.
Yeah.
I think I ran most of this stuff by a day, but I put something in the group chat too. But like when it comes to a lot of these situations, I'm probably gonna bring these questions up later on as we talk about these things and more episodes and whatnot. But my biggest question is just like, what do we do in our positions? Like, talking about police reform, like how would that ideally go? What is the process of making that happen? What do we do as civilians in the meantime? What do we do as Black civilians in the meantime? What do we do as Black men in the meantime? That type of thing. Um, like literally just like what can we do at this point? And like how would that ideally look in the future?
Flower, you want to go first? Actually, I'm curious what you think about this.
I'm gonna have someone else. I'm still thinking on the question.
Yeah. So because I wanted to go to you because like you're the oldest, I figured you might have the most insight. So on my perspective, I think the most thing we can do is to stay informed on the current like political and social climate, right? Because the biggest thing or the biggest disservice you can do to yourself is to remain ignorant on a specific topic or like what's going on in your world, right? So and that's why like it's not just like the protesting against police brutality. You see a lot of other people saying things like, hey, you need to go out and vote. You need to make your voice heard. You need to like stay informed on what's going on in your community, in your state, what's going on in your local government. What are they doing that's impacting you on a day-to-day basis? You know what I mean? So for me, I definitely like try to like stay informed as much as possible. And like particularly with voting, like that's something that like we always talk about where you have Black people sometimes, especially younger voters, have an apathy to voting. Like they're not really into it. Not even just presidential elections. You're talking about your local elections, your legislators, your governors, all that. Me personally, I think this was the first year that I voted. What was it? What was it last year? See, I don't remember that. I voted outside of the presidential election. I forgot what it was because.
You mean in 2018?
No. Wasn't it? It was definitely something.
Yeah, it was
last
2018.
Year.
Nah, it was 2018.
For Maryland?
What are you asking?
It was a local election. I voted. It was like 2019. I could have sworn it was 2019.
Where were you voting? Where were you?
But you see what I'm saying? I don't even remember. No, I did a mail-in. I did a mail-in ballot. I remember.
Are you sure it was in 2018?
Are you sure it was a U.S. election?
You see, I'm guilty of my own words too. Yeah.
I think it was probably 2018.
Okay, it might have been 2018.
Because I know where you live, and I don't think you had elections in 2019, unless you lived in Kentucky. Did you live in Kentucky? I don't know.
No, I don't live in no damn Kentucky. Man.
Okay, well, then there you go.
All right. That backfired on me real quick. But it's cool. You know, I ain't got nothing to say no more. Anyway, he take the floor. My feelings got hurt for a second. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
To piggyback on Ade's point, that you do.
Are you sure you want to piggyback?
Well,
go ahead. Let me not interrupt you anymore.
But you do have to stay engaged, and also that voting is not like the only thing you can do. Like there's more to it than that. Like that's just the major, like especially like with presidential elections, that's something that we do major every 4 years. There's a lot of elections in between that, and a lot of advocacy that goes there, and awareness. How we take in information is also very, very important. But it's also like, you know, I don't know what the results will be of the election, but it's really what happens after then. And like, all right, will pressure will actually be applied, We'll still be in a pandemic. I think we're gonna still be in this, or at least the echoes, at least for another 2 years. I don't know if 21 doesn't look as bright as it did to me maybe a couple months ago, because I still feel like we're gonna have some ignorance amiss, and that's really what's going to be everything. Because I think what is really unique about this one, and I think why public opinion kind of shifted when it comes to Black Lives Matter and racial injustice, is that when George Floyd was killed and everybody was in the house, like everybody had to watch it, had to sit there, like everybody was in quarantine, everything was shut down, nothing was really moving yet, we weren't really deep in the summer, everybody was at home watching that, and that's really what has moved opinion on that. And the country has changed, like social media, like how things are being found out, things are, so there's some optimism there. We're very different and get very diverse every day. And I think you've been seeing signs of that, particularly since the last presidential election.
Right.
True. Yeah, like it's definitely I think it's great to see how everything's like changing in this aspect. And like we mentioned earlier, like with people who are I guess corporations and businesses who are like, okay, yeah, we support Black people, and like it's kind of like in response to that, and like it's kind of like, some either they had that mindset before, whether they changed it after, and it's everywhere. I mean, like I watch like gamers talk about, I watch Black gamers talk about stuff like that. Athletes talk about that stuff, and it's just I think it's great to see like the response that came out of it. And I definitely kind of like, I hope that it sticks. Like I hope that like people continue to talk about it. I hope people continue to pretty much keep the mindset that they had when they started changing things when the protests happened and things like that. So yeah, I'm hopeful. I know that like when it comes to like these types of things, like it's never an easy solution. It's never just like a tomorrow it'll change. It's definitely like over time, whether it's years, whether it's generations, like eventually things will change. And hopefully they get better.